Hey, hi guys, welcome back. All right, so we're going to take a peek at what is hidden from Virgo right now. And hold on just a second, let me make sure that I get something else set here. We're going to do this one live. All right. Yeah, I was looking at the backdrop here, and that it draws my eyes so much to see those arched doorways and the darkness, and I was like, I gotta know what's back there. I just gotta know. So what's hidden from Virgo right now? Let's see if we can peer into those arched doorways. Okay, something in the 10th house, which is a space of achievements and status in the outside world. So Virgo may not know how the world external to them sees them. There could also be opportunities that Virgo has not located yet, found yet, or even like a destiny that they don't realize is theirs yet. Ooh, this looks kind of exciting. Hi, everybody. So great to see you. Violet, Britain Blue, No Love. Hey, sweetheart. Catherine, awesome to see you. Okay, we have a 9 of coins. Definitely could have something to do with a work related or abundance related thing. I don't know if Virgo is possibly got a real green thumb. Maybe they have a future in a winery, or maybe they, have a future as doing something, with things that will grow. I mean, obviously, that's a great card for Virgo, being, Virgo is very earth related energy. But this could be that something Virgo, think of like creating wine. Think of what a huge process that is, right? First, you got to plant the grapes, and grapes don't produce immediately, and then after you pick the grapes, once you finally do get the big harvest, then all of the winemaking process. So I'm going to say that something that Virgo planted a long time ago is like they're running parallel to what they could do with some skills that they developed a long time ago. This could be an old skill that Virgo has and has had for a very long time that they could tap back into, or this could be Virgo is doing something where it's like, I'm good at this, but Virgo could be spectacular if they took that skill and just tweaked it just a little tiny bit. 5 of Wands. Virgo could be a really good like problem solver as well, or if they think about things a little bit longer about how they could apply their current skill set, um, they could spot, like, here we are like at the Capitol, like, and there's all of these wonderful bursts of color. Like Virgo could come up with an idea and it could really blossom if they take a look at, what am I currently doing, what am I currently good at. Maybe Virgo needs to sit down and write out a list of 9 things that they do really, really well, and ask themselves, how could I apply this in a slightly different way? If I'm not making the most of all of these gifts that I possess and all these talents, let me think, how could I spruce this up? How could I, energize this? Because I think Virgo is freaking brilliant. But there is some other, like, I'm going to say, first off, an abundance or work related thing that could, Virgo is meant to either like be that empress, and empresses run the empire. Sometimes this is somebody who would be great at running their own company, great at leading their own way, and actually, producing something that has their unique stamp on it. They always say Virgos can be very analytical, they can be kind of about precision, perfection even. Oftentimes that makes Virgos really good at being like super well dressed. It makes them sometimes health nuts. By the way, I say this all with love. I'm a huge Virgo. Like I'm a double Virgo first off, but then I also have it all over in my chart. So I'm like about as Virgo as you can get. So I'm not saying this with any criticism. In fact, I'm one of you. So for this storyline, yes, this is possibly a Virgo who pushes pretty hard for success and precision, but that's why they could do something that would be so uniquely. I mean, look at how elegantly she's dressed. Like, this is pretty spectacular. I don't know if somebody would be great in the fashion world as a fashionista, or there's something that they could do that's very ornate, that's very specific, very particular. No matter if 10,000 people are already doing something, Virgo can do it different than everybody else. And that could be part of like the way to apply some of their skills right now, is what this says. And that's just hidden from Virgo because they haven't thought about it yet. What do I already do well, and how can I apply it just a little different and really shine and really own that? Okay, but we also It wasn't just about achievements, it was status in the outside world. And it made me think with this star something about a destiny. I'm going to change decks here and ask what kind of destiny is being hidden from Virgo. And of course, I think we create our own destiny because I am like a ferociously independent minded person myself. I don't want anybody to tell me how my life's going to go. I'll pick it. Thank you very much. But also, I do believe in free will, even for my fictional characters in these stories. So, what is Virgo's hidden destiny? We got loving, we got passion. That is another trait that is, Virgo is considered to be like a very modest sign. Virgo the Virgin. Um, and yet, we also forget that Virgos are only modest and pure unless they are with the partnership, and then they're very passionate, very sensual. It's just that it's kind of hidden, kind of the same way we look at like a high priestess card. That's actually why I attribute Virgo to a high priestess card as well. And sure enough, we've got like a hidden undercurrent for Virgo. Their future is actually, or their potential, one of their potential destinies would be a life that is much more full of love and passion. There could be more than one great love for Virgo, but in particular, this is a very sensual and maybe an awakening of their more sensual life. The King of Wands tend to be the most heart-centered, right? And then the Knight of Wands tend to be, very charismatic, very flirtatious. And I almost wonder if there will be someone in Virgo's upcoming future that will kind of awaken layers of passion that have always been within Virgo. Maybe they never were, like partnered with the right relationship to actually bring that very sensual nature out, at least not to this extent. This is Virgo like looking at themselves in the mirror, kind of like, wow, I didn't know that I could have such, powerful emotions or feel so comfortable with someone or feel so open or so unabashed at sharing my heart with someone. And it's probably because this is the kind of person that Virgo would surprisingly match best with. Look, Kings and Knights of Wands are more overt. They're more showy. They could be quite, leadership, quite, sometimes even tending toward bossy, or, if it's a Leo, Sag, or Aries, we may have a more bold individual that surprisingly will be a fabulous match for Virgo, specifically in matters of passion. So it's interesting that Virgo's destiny is one of greater passion and a surprise as to who Virgo might actually match well with. Let me just ask, who has Virgo been, dancing with, we'll say? Who has Virgo been square dancing with? Well, Strength card. So Virgo does like strong individuals. Virgo may be very attracted to people that come across as leaders with that Leo energy of the Strength card. So this might not be a surprise after all. The Magician. Virgo may also have been, unless this is just what Virgo's starting to already recognize. I'm asking, who has Virgo been attracted to in the past? Maybe Virgo's always been attracted to this type but hasn't met one. And I say that because this would be Virgo again, right? Virgo, Gemini. And they've got their hand on the crystal ball, almost like, I've been hoping to meet somebody like this. I've been hoping to connect to someone who is more in this energy of, I know I need a take charge person. I know that's what I'm more drawn to. I want someone a little fearless. I want a wrestler. I want someone physically, unafraid of like life, unafraid of touch. I don't think Virgo's meant to be with a cold fish. And I think Virgo has known that for a while. It just says, when I'm asking, who have you been attracted to? Virgo's like, I know who I've been attracted to. I just haven't found them yet. I've been trying. I've gone to a palm reader. I've tried to figure out what's my lifeline. What's my love line look like? When am I going to meet the one that's something I've been looking for? Look, this is not to say Virgo has been dating weak sauce, but let's just say sometimes we learn more about our own energy, and we learn about what we're attracted to, and we learn about what's good for us, what's not good for us, what's compatible for us, what we respect, what we admire, and what kind of, everyone's a blend of great traits and then traits that we're like, okay, that's not great, but they're a good person. I can tolerate the things that, look, a powerful person can sometimes be overwhelming. But I think Virgo has realized, I would rather have a powerful person who, stands up for me, stands up to me, stands up beside me, than someone who is not very heart-centered, not very passionate. I'd rather have someone I have to go, babe, simmer down, than somebody who's not that interested in anything. Like, I'm picturing that's what Virgo has realized they've been attracted to and have been seeking. This feels very much like we have a single Virgo who's much more advanced in their career path and will actually reach a major milestone in job, career, and matters of abundance very soon. It's because they're already at a Nine of Pentacles and they're about to become a full-blown Empress as they think about how to apply some talent or gift or work-related thing that they already do in a slightly different way. They're just going to pivot and become, I could see this could be one of our characters who's going to become very, very well known. Possibly wealth goes with that, but I think more than anything, respect in the business world. But now the destiny for Virgo says, I think Virgo's love life has always been like the thing that they're most destined for, but finding that partnership has been like, it's always been kind of around the mountain. Virgo hasn't quite gone around that final mountain and ended up with that partnership yet. And maybe it's because Virgo took this long to figure out what they were attracted to. What is it that I'm really hungry for? This Virgo does like strong. What does strong mean to you, Virgo? What does that look like? We have got Hermit sideways, Three of Swords sideways. So obviously Virgo is like, I want somebody who can understand me. I want somebody who knows that probably the most important thing is, don't you ever effing put a sword in my back. You don't lie to me. Yeah, that's something I don't think Virgo forgives. Not in this story. You do me dirty and you lose me for good. I want somebody who would already know there's no takesy backsies if you betray me. So I'm thinking Virgo might be real big on things like monogamy or real big on things like trust. So much so that it's like that is the underlying deal breaker. And they want somebody who already knows you don't mess with me like that. There's not going to be, there's no gray area on certain things. I will withdraw. And if they know that about me already, then they just wouldn't like, kind of like, don't even move toward me if you're not sure that you can give me, just reliability and no betrayals. I think that's probably then, like, obviously that's the first thing, right? Because this is Virgo making a statement pretty loud and clear. There's my deal breaker. I want somebody who knows that without me having to tell them, if you cheat on me, I will leave. I think this is Virgo saying, my person, I won't have to explain that to. My person, it will be obvious. Okay. And then we have a Knight of Swords that is in the reverse, and we have the Ten of Cups upright. It kind of feels like, I think Virgo's looking for a partnership where every day is supposed to be good together. We're not waiting for things to get good. We're not racing to get to, the goalpost, because living life together, laughing together on the day-to-day, it's not about we have to hurry up and try to get stuff to then be good. It should be like we're together because that's part of what makes it good. I think this is kind of like Virgo is saying it's very much got to be a relationship of the heart and a relationship of the spirit and soul. It doesn't have to do with like, oh, when we finally can buy that bigger house, then we'll finally feel like we're in a good relationship. Or, if we can hurry up and even like hurry up and move in together. I don't know. This almost feels like Virgo's saying it doesn't have to be fast or slow. It just has to be a comfortable, like what works for us works for us. There's something about the rib cage here too, right? We see the ribs as part of the butterfly. I feel like Virgo's saying, I want somebody I can be comfortable with, I can breathe with, I can be myself with, and they like me and I like them. But it's also like, I think Virgo wants somebody who kind of enjoys life as a whole and enjoys it even more just because Virgo and them would be together. That seems, honestly, it seems pretty simple, right? This seems pretty damn simple. We can see Virgo's not looking for complicated. They're not looking for broody. They're not looking for, some of the tensions that we see in movies. I think Virgo's like, thank you, no. I want somebody who is a nice guy or a nice girl. I want somebody who is, actually likes life. I don't need somebody full of drama going out doing, dangerous things to prove their worth. I don't need life to be a movie. I want life to be good. So I kind of think with this one deal breaker, I think that's not even a tall order. So if Virgo is attracted to powerful people that are leaders, that gives us more insight into like what Virgo has recognized about what they actually find attractive. Somebody who probably knows who they are very, very well. That speaks less of somebody that is a leader and more of somebody who has the courage to be who they really are and live authentically. So maybe they just lead themselves pretty well. Somebody who's not afraid of love, not afraid of just being who they are. This is a very likable Virgo, and it seems like there's zero games here. This looks like if Virgo can be snuggled up to somebody who's like able to just show Virgo their heart, that's it. That's the slam dunk. If that's what Virgo's destiny is, and I don't know, does Virgo really know this? I mean, I started out with like what's hidden from Virgo. I don't know if this feels so hidden. Let me just ask. Three of Cups and the Lovers in the reverse. It's just simply that it'll be the person Virgo didn't expect. It'll be the person Virgo never thought was going to either fall in love with them, or the person that Virgo maybe has just a very standard dialogue with. It's just straightforward. It's very no nonsense. Virgo maybe doesn't look at this person first as a lover, and that's what's hidden. Is like somebody who's always very frank, right? We have the teacups on the for the hats. I feel like someone that is just right for Virgo will present in their life not as this swaggering, passionate person, not at first. We saw that they are very passionate. They are some pretty hot stuff. But they'll first engage with Virgo just in like this matter-of-fact way. This could be somebody that Virgo does business with, somebody where there's maybe just trust built first. Maybe there's even a reason that it's like, oh, well, I'm doing business with this person. This isn't who I'd be dating, so I don't even think of them in that way. And then it's like the light switch goes on. Like, damn, they got all these qualities that I want. They're nice. They're honorable. They're straightforward. I could see how Virgo could one day look at somebody and realize, you're the one I love. I didn't think of you as a lover at first. But we started out with truth, with integrity. We started out, it could be friends to lovers or business associates to lovers, but it's just the unexpected person. So it's not so much that Virgo's destiny is hidden, it's that the person they'll end up with could already even be in Virgo's life. They could have already met this person, but it hasn't clicked yet. They got all the qualities I'm looking for. So very cool. I like the way this storyline just kind of like gave us just a little taste of maybe not just about Virgo's life, but about who Virgo is and things that, at least for this fictional character, things that make them who they are. But man, we got some positive outcomes coming up in Virgo's life. This is pretty amazing stuff. All right, I'm going to leave this one here. Thank you guys so much for being here. Born late, summer 71. Hey, babe, good to see you. Gil Rubin, wonderful to see you. Buonasera. Becky O, Temi Secord, KMT, Caitlin B, Hetty, Gemini, San Juanita. Katrina, how are you, hun? Thank you, babe. Right back at you. You guys are so awesome. Hi, Nick. AJ, shout out to you, my dear. Nora A, awesome to see you. Escar, so nice to catch you. RT, hi, sweetheart. Carmen Enriquez, thank you for being here. And No Love, welcome aboard, sweetheart. And Violet, you were first, of course, darling. Brittany Blue, thanks again, you guys. All right, I'll see you in some of the next ones. Bye for now, guys.